Have you ever walked out of a meeting knowing you were right, but somehow you still lost the argument? Ever agree to something and 5 minutes later think to yourself, wait, how did I just do that? Does it feel like some people just have a secret playbook for getting what they want, leaving you feeling powerless, confused, or manipulated? Let me tell you something I had to learn the hard way. You're not imagining it. There is a playbook. You've been told your whole life that the best logic wins, that facts and data are what matter. That is a comforting lie. The truth is, the person who wins isn't the most logical. It's the person who controls the psychological frame of the conversation. The bad news is, this is being used against you every day. The good news? In the next few minutes, I'm going to pull back the curtain and expose the entire game. I am about to give you a complete arsenal of the most vital psychology tactics. You're going to learn how to spot these tricks from a mile away, so you can build a shield against them. But we're not stopping there. More importantly, you're going to learn the mechanics behind each trick so you can understand them, adapt them, and, when you absolutely have to, use them yourself to make sure your voice gets heard. This isn't just theory. This is a practical guide to taking back control. So, if you're ready to stop being a pawn and finally learn the rules of the game, stick with me. Starts right now. First, you must understand this one. Simple truth. The world you experience is not fixed. It's a house built of perceptions and beliefs. And up until now, chances are you've been living in a house that someone else designed for you. What I'm giving you today isn't just a list of tricks. It's the blueprint to become the architect of your own reality. These are the tools you'll use to see the walls around you, and if you choose to tear them down and build something new. Let's open the toolbox, starting with the foundation of all influence, trust. At the golden welcome mat. This is the classic charm offensive. It's an overwhelming wave of praise and validation right at the start. It works because it exploits one of the deepest human cravings, the need to feel seen. When a new colleague showers you with compliments, they are framing themselves as the source of that incredible feeling. Their goal is to make you loyal to how they make you feel, a bond much stronger than logic. Once you've laid that welcome mat, the next layer of trust is built subconsciously. This brings us to our second tool, the echo chamber. Let's be honest, we all trust people who feel like us. The mirror is how you create that feeling on purpose. It's not about being a fake copycat. It's about tuning in. When they lean in, you lean in. When they lower their voice, you match their tone. You're signaling, on a gut level, I'm with you. It's a simple thing, but it completely changes the game, making you feel like a friend instead of a stranger. Now here's a tool that feels backward, but it works like magic. The debt of favor. To make someone like you, don't do them a favor. Ask them for a small one. It's called the Ben Franklin effect. When a coworker lends you a pen, their brain needs to justify the action. The easiest reason it finds is, I must actually like this person. They literally convince themselves to be on your side. The final tool for building the foundation of trust is about unity, shared bastion. Nothing brings people together faster than a common enemy. This creates an us against the world frame that builds instant loyalty. You see it when coworkers bond over a frustrating new policy. To use this for good, you can unite your team against a difficult problem or a business competitor. Creates a powerful, positive alliance. So, once trust is established, the game moves to controlling the narrative. This is where the true architecture begins. The walled garden. This is the art of creating an illusion of control. You never ask a yes or no question. Instead, you offer two choices where you win either way. Your boss does this when they ask, do you want to work Saturday morning, or would Sunday afternoon be better? Your choice is no longer if you'll work the weekend, only which day you'll sacrifice. You are operating inside their frame. But what do you do when someone puts you in a negative frame? You use this next tool, the pivot. Imagine you're asked, why was this project late? A logical defense is a trap. It keeps you focused on failure. Instead, you pivot. That's a fair question, but what the extra time really allowed us to do was innovate. Juve refused to play their game of blame and started a new one where you re the hero. Of course, your words mean nothing if you don't project power. It's a cloak of competence. Authority is a performance. By using confident, calm body language and a few specific technical terms, you frame yourself as an expert. People become hesitant to question your logic because they are intimidated by the authority you project. You're not just presenting facts, you're presenting them from a position of perceived power. This leads us to a much darker tool for controlling the story: the memory weaver. Your memory isn't a perfect recording, it's a story, and that story can be edited. A master of this won't say, "You're wrong." They'll plant a seed of doubt. "Are you sure?" I remember it a bit differently. In the fog of uncertainty they create, the most confident narrative becomes the truth. As the writer Anna Nin said, "We don't see things as they are, we see them as we are." Now let's move from control to creating action. This requires a different set of tools entirely. The emotional slot machine. Predictable rewards are boring. Random rewards are addictive. This is intermittent reinforcement. By giving praise on an unpredictable schedule, you get people hooked on the chase for your approval. Their motivation shifts from the task itself to the feeling of finally winning your validation. Action also requires urgency. The closing door. We are all terrified of missing out. This trick manufactures scarcity to force a decision. This offer ends today, or I only have a few minutes. It shifts the brain from "do I want this" to "I might lose this forever." The fear of loss is a powerful motivator that overrides logical analysis. Next is a tool that weaponizes empathy. The empathy trap. This is the classic guilt trip, and it reframes a logical decision as a personal betrayal. Instead of anger, the person expresses disappointment. "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. I really thought I could count on you." This bypasses your logic and targets your heart, making you feel responsible for their sadness. Finally, a tool that manipulates the very start of a negotiation. The false threshold. With the foot in the door trick, a small yes makes a bigger yes feel like a matter of consistency. With the door in the face, an outrageous first request makes you real. Smaller requests seem perfectly reasonable in comparison. In both cases, you have framed the conversation before it has even truly begun. Here is the most important part of the entire blueprint. These 12 tools are amplifiers. They have no morality of their own. They will only amplify what is already inside you. If your intention is to control, you will build a prison. If your intention is to deceive, you will build a house of cards. But if your intention is to lead, to inspire, and to make your genuine logical ideas heard, these tools will help you build a cathedral. The tool is not the architect. You are. So as we end here, you're left with a choice. Not just about what to do, but about who you want to be. Will you be a tenant, living comfortably within the frames that others have built for you? Or will you take the blueprint you've learned today and become the architect of your own life? The choice is, and always has been, yours. Build wisely. If this video gave you a new perspective, support this channel by liking this video and subscribing so we can continue this journey together. And a question for you in the comments. What is the first wall you are going to demolish? Stay vigilant.